We asked AI to rank the top 10 best military commanders in history. The list is based on battle success, geopolitical significance, military ingenuity, strategic competence, and legacy. The exact criteria used can be found in the comments below. And while you are at it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Number 10. We begin with Admiral Yi Sun-sin from Korea, a naval genius whose innovations changed the game. His crowning achievement? The Battle of Myeongyang in 1597, where he defeated a Japanese fleet with just 13 ships against 300. Talk about David versus Goliath. Yi's tactical brilliance wasn't limited to one battle. His command of the Turtle Ship, the first ironclad warship in history, changed the face of naval warfare. His daily war diary, the Nanjung Ilgi, remains a national treasure and a testament to his leadership under constant threat. Even in dire straits, his focus on morale, discipline, and strategic use of terrain earned him legendary status. Number 9. Coming in next, we have Saladin, the chivalrous leader who united the Muslim world and reclaimed Jerusalem during the Crusades. Born in 1137 in Tikrit in modern-day Iraq, Saladin served under the Zengid dynasty before founding the Ayyubid dynasty. He combined political shrewdness with military skill to unite a fragmented Muslim world, eventually becoming Sultan of Egypt and Syria. He was deeply religious and respected both by his allies and Christian adversaries, especially for his honorable conduct. Saladin's greatest moment came in 1187 at the Battle of Hattin, where he outmaneuvered Crusader forces and reclaimed Jerusalem. But his legacy extends beyond military success. He established fair tax systems, improved city fortifications, and maintained religious tolerance in his empire. Even his enemies, like Richard the Lionheart, acknowledged his nobility and courage. Here is a fun fact. Did you know that Saladin's conquest of Jerusalem is a key focus of the famous Ridley Scott movie Kingdom of Heaven? Number 8. Next up, we have Subutai, the brilliant Mongol general who helped shape the largest empire in history. Born in 1176 to a blacksmith's family, Subutai became the chief military strategist for Genghis Khan and later his successors. He masterminded over 20 campaigns and conquered more than 30 nations. Known for conducting complex multi-front assaults over vast distances, his coordination and logistics were centuries ahead of his time. Subutai's campaign in Europe is still considered a marvel. In 1241, while one Mongol army crushed Poland, another annihilated Hungary simultaneously. He used terrain, surprise, and misinformation to devastating effect. Even when he was far from the front lines, his strategic plans were executed with stunning precision. Subutai was known to outthink and outmaneuver multiple armies at once. Imagine a chess master playing 5 games blindfolded and winning them all. Number 7. Next up is Timur, or Tamerlane, the ruthless conqueror who also dreamed of a Renaissance-like empire in Central Asia. Born in 1336 near Samarkand, now in modern Uzbekistan, Timur rose from a minor nobleman to a military juggernaut who crushed the Delhi Sultanate, defeated the Ottomans, and brought Persia to its knees. Despite his limp, he was injured in childhood, his battlefield prowess was unmatched. Timur's conquests were brutal, but he had a vision. He patronized art and architecture, rebuilding Samarkand into a cultural gem. He also established efficient communication and logistical systems to maintain his sprawling empire. His tactics often mirrored the Mongols, using shock cavalry and fake retreats to trap his enemies. Here is a fun fact. Legend has it that his tomb warned, "Whoever opens this will unleash a conqueror worse than me." In 1941, Soviet archaeologists opened it, and Hitler invaded the USSR 2 days later. Number 6. Next is Julius Caesar, the man who took Rome from republic to empire and reshaped Western civilization in the process. Born in 100 BCE into a patrician Roman family, Caesar rose as a skilled orator, reformer, and general. His conquest of Gaul over nearly a decade brought vast riches to Rome and cemented his military legacy. At the Battle of Alesia, he built dual siege walls, trapping both his enemies and those trying to rescue them. He wasn't just a warrior. Caesar reformed the calendar, Hello July, extended Roman citizenship, and initiated public building projects. His crossing of the Rubicon sparked a civil war, leading to his dictatorship, and ultimately his assassination by senators fearing his power. Here is a fun fact. The name Caesar became a prestigious title for emperors that was adopted by later rulers in the Roman Empire and beyond, giving rise to titles like the Russian Tsar and the German Kaiser. Number 5. Halfway through, we have Cyrus the Great, the founder of the Persian Empire and a pioneer of just rule in a world of conquest. Born around 600 BCE in Anshan, modern-day Iran, Cyrus was a member of the Achaemenid dynasty. He united the Medes and Persians under a single rule and rapidly expanded westward. His most impressive feat was capturing Babylon in 539 BCE without a battle. He entered the city peacefully after winning over its people with promises of tolerance and good governance. Cyrus was ahead of his time. He allowed religious freedom, respected local customs, and repatriated displaced peoples, most famously the Jews exiled in Babylon. The Cyrus Cylinder is widely considered the first declaration of human rights. He oversaw a sophisticated administration with satraps, governors, and his postal system and road networks connected a vast multicultural empire from Asia Minor to India. Here is a fun fact. Cyrus's tomb was so revered that Alexander the Great paid his respects there personally. His legacy even influenced Enlightenment thinkers centuries later. Number 4. Coming up next, we meet Khalid ibn al-Walid, nicknamed the Sword of God. He never lost a single battle in his lifetime. Born in Mecca in 592 CE, Khalid initially opposed Islam and fought in the Battle of Uhud against the Islamic prophet. But after converting, he became Islam's most formidable general. His victories stretched across Arabia, Persia, and the Byzantine front. The Battle of Mu'tah showed his cool command under pressure, and the Battle of Yarmouk against the Byzantines is a masterclass in battlefield maneuvering. Khalid revolutionized desert warfare, utilizing mobility, timing, and strategic flexibility. At Walaja, he executed a double envelopment, similar to Hannibal at Cannae. His military tactics are studied to this day. Though dismissed later by Caliph Umar due to fears of personal cult following, Khalid accepted it humbly. His dedication was to the mission, not personal glory. Number 3. Taking the bronze place, it's the little corporal with towering ambition, Napoleon Bonaparte. Born in Corsica in 1769, Napoleon rose through the ranks during the French Revolution. He became a symbol of revolutionary ideals until he crowned himself emperor in 1804. His tactical brilliance was most evident at Austerlitz, where he crushed two larger armies by manipulating terrain and timing his attacks to perfection. Napoleon's genius extended off the battlefield. He implemented the Napoleonic Code, established secular schools, and reformed French bureaucracy. His downfall came with overreach, the failed invasion of Russia, and eventual loss at Waterloo. Exiled twice, he died in 1821 on the remote island of St. Helena. Before we get to the top 2, here are some notable commanders that couldn't make it to the list. Hannibal Barca, the Carthaginian general famed for his audacious campaign against Rome during the Second Punic War. His crowning achievement was the Battle of Cannae, where his outnumbered forces encircled and annihilated a massive Roman army, one of the most brilliant tactical victories in military history. William the Conqueror, the Norman duke who forever changed England's destiny. His decisive victory at the Battle of Hastings in 1066 over King Harold II led to the Norman conquest of England, introducing a new ruling elite, transforming governance, and shaping the English language and culture for generations. Scipio Africanus, the Roman commander who defeated Hannibal himself. His greatest success came at the Battle of Zama, where he crushed Carthaginian forces in North Africa, ending the Second Punic War and cementing Rome's supremacy in the Mediterranean world. Tokugawa Ieyasu, the Japanese shogun who unified a fractured nation. After triumphing at the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, he established the Tokugawa shogunate, ushering in more than 2 centuries of peace, isolation, and internal stability during the Edo period. Now that we have paid our respects, let's carry on with the list. Number 2. Runner-up goes to Genghis Khan, the great unifier of the Mongol tribes and the architect of the largest land empire in history. Born as Temujin around 1162, Genghis endured betrayal, slavery, and starvation before uniting the Mongol clans. He implemented a merit-based system and rewarded loyalty and skill, regardless of birth. His armies conquered everything from China to Hungary, using feigned retreats, rapid cavalry assaults, and psychological terror. In fact, here is a list of all the modern-day countries that were either fully controlled, partly controlled, briefly occupied, or raided by the Mongols. Warning, it's going to take a while. Mongolia, China, North Korea, South Korea, Taiwan, Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, Myanmar, India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania, Moldova, Ukraine, Belarus, Russia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Hungary, Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and finally, Montenegro. But Genghis wasn't just a conqueror. He established a legal code called Yasa, encouraged religious freedom, and developed postal relay stations for efficient communication across his empire. He helped secure trade routes like the Silk Road, increasing cultural and commercial exchange across Eurasia. Here is a fun fact. 1 in 200 men today may carry his Y chromosome. That's the most literal legacy on this list. And finally, number 1. Taking the crown. It's Alexander the Great, the undefeated King of Kings. Born in 356 BCE in Macedonia, Alexander was tutored by Aristotle and trained in warfare by his father, King Philip II. At age 20, he took the throne and launched a campaign that would topple the Persian Empire. At Gaugamela, he routed a much larger force using terrain advantage and aggressive tactics. Alexander was a visionary. He founded over 20 cities, including the famed Alexandria in Egypt, and spread Hellenistic culture from Greece to India. He encouraged mixed marriages and integrated local troops into his army. His sudden death at 32 in Babylon sparked decades of conflict among his generals, but his influence on culture, science, and military thought persisted long after. Who do you have in your top 10 and why? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.